Okay. Hello, 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 people. Hello. This is the pre-show. This is not the actual show. This is the pre-show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, welcome, welcome. The CoronaCast comedy show is actually going to start in 15 minutes. It's going to start in 15 minutes, but today is a little bit different, people. Today is a little bit different. I am trying to experiment with the notion of having a live Zoom audience, right? Of having a live Zoom audience. So anybody who has got Zoom, all right, anybody who has got Zoom, please consider joining the link below because it'll be nice to have some laughs, have some people here. If you are shy, you can join the Zoom link and just chill with your camera off. You do not have to necessarily be visible, but it'll to create the sense of a show. I've written jokes, which I will start doing in 13 minutes at 7 o'clock. But until then, I'm just going to chill out, say hello to people, and encourage you. There we go. We've got our first taker. Hello, Mike. Hello, Mike. Thank you for joining. And hello, Ozan Young. Good to have you in the house. Hello, Venkatesh. Hello, Dominic Smith. So as you see, you have got two options. You can either join and be part of the show as Mike has just joined, or you can just watch it. So if you have Zoom, do click the link. The show will start in 13 minutes. And also in this pre-show bit, please do consider if you have any questions, because once the show starts, I won't really answer questions. So ask the questions now before we get started. I hope I sound audible to everybody. Do I sound audible to everybody? How are you doing? Welcome, welcome. Good to have you in the house. I see quite a lot of people on YouTube. I see some Facebook people. Hello, hello, Mike. Hello, Mike.
Hi.
How are you doing? Thank you for joining. Ozan Young, you can ask your question. But first, Mike, how are you doing, Mike?
Great. Hello from Athens. I don't know.
I do not hear you. So, I need to crank up. Now speak?
Yeah, hi.
Hey, how are you doing? Hello, Mike. You are the first audience member. Perhaps, there's another one. I was going to say, perhaps the only audience member. It would have been fine. I could perform to one.
You get more, I'm sure. You'll get more.
Yes, exactly. As the show goes, we'll get a few more. Hello, hello, hello. So tell everybody where you are in the world. You still have your tree up. Fantastic.
Yeah, I still have my tree. I'm sitting at the position where, I'm in Athens, Greece.
You're in Athens, Greece. Wonderful. Absolutely fabulous.
The position where I had a few Santa Claus Zoom calls because that's my job. I do parties and entertainment.
Wonderful.
And so, I still have my setup here. You know,
excellent.
And it was fun.
That is a marvelous tree. Marvelous, marvelous tree. I had no Christmas tree.
Too much of your time and of other people's time. So you stop me when it's enough.
No. It's fabulous. It's absolutely fabulous. Good. Thank you for being in the house. Hello, Angelo. Hello, Faith. Good to have you here. The show is going to start in 10 minutes. Those of you who have come, this one is a mix of a normal show and a Zoom show. So anybody who has Zoom who wants to be able to be part of the front row, you are more than welcome to click the link. Actually, let me resend the link because there's quite a lot of people. Oops, I guess I can't resend the link. But I believe it is one of the first posts on whatever platform you are watching me from. Hello from Namibia. I think you're possibly the furthest. Is there anyone further than Namibia in the house? Yes, Ozan Young, what was your questions? I like how Ozan Young is creating, one of the people in the chat is like, I have a question. And my question is... Dominic Smith is not letting you join the link. Oh no, possibly I made a bad link. Let me post again. Okay, here it is. To join meeting, click this link. Okay. Welcome I'm going to just post it one more time. I'm going to post it one more time if anybody wants to join the Zoom meeting. And if it didn't allow you to join, just stick around and just enjoy the show as like a non Zoom person, because the show is going to be great. It's the first day of the new lockdown, so I've written some fun jokes about this.
Are we now on YouTube and Zoom?
Yes, we're on YouTube and Zoom. And I'm going to warn, once the actual show starts, I'll warn the audience members that if you have committed a crime or something, just keep your camera off. Hello, ATS. Good to have you in the house. And hello, Ian. Ian. Oh, hello from Uganda. Hello, Ruthie. How are you doing? Good to have you in the house. Hello, Zambia. Oh, I also particularly appreciate the Africans for watching, because I know that data's like crack, right, in African countries. And I thank you so much for using your data to be part of this. We've got a few more people joining. And also, once the actual show starts, which will be in 8 minutes, I will be admitting people as we go, right? To a maximum of around 10 before it gets chaotic, maybe 20, I don't know. But hey, hello, good to have you in the house. Dilnawaz, did I say your name right? Dilnawaz?
Yes, Dilnawaz, yes. I'm from India. It's 12:30 a.m.
12:30 a.m. Wow. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for joining us. Absolutely fabulous in the house. Okay, well, this will be starting in 8 minutes, people. 8 minutes. Those of you who are here, I'm glad that you're all sticking around. Hello from Somalia, Abwan. All I know how to say in Somali is Ko Labo Sedar Afarshan. I remember when I lived in Mogadishu briefly how to count and sleeping on the roof. Hello, Dominic. Good to have you in the house, and I'm glad you love the 200 years ago. This would have been an auction link. Oh, you can't copy the link, Sam. It's fine. Just watch from Facebook. I think it might be a case where I had to send it directly to people. You are more than welcome to just watch like this. The link, Richard, is in the Facebook chat. It's probably the top pinned thing. But if you can't join, it's fine. You are welcome to just stay and just be part of the show. Excellent.
Aha.
Hello. Aha.
I can. Oh, it works. Fantastic. This is my first time using Zoom, so I'm just like.
First time using Zoom. Well, welcome. I don't know how you survived 2020 without ever using Zoom.
To be fair, I didn't really go out much before, so.
Okay. And also for all of those who are watching in the Zoom, what I would ask is at 7, please turn on your microphones, because you will be the audience. You will be the sound of laughter, hopefully, or the groans when the jokes are terrible, or the.
I'm trying to figure out what 7 is my time.
Daliso?
Yes. Dilnawaz is watching from very far. Chelsea. What? Chelsea, come briefly. I've got someone from India and watching from India. I've got a very big India fan right here. What? One of my people, he's watching from India. This is Dilnawaz.
You don't know that he's big. He could be quite short.
Yeah.
Hello, Daliso.
Walaikum salam. I have been.
इंडिया में हैं आप?
Sorry?
कहाँ से इंडिया में हैं आप?
India, Rajasthan, Jaipur.
खूबसूरत.
Yeah. Have you been here?
हाँ.
Have you been here?
I just lost control of the show. No, the person who lives with me currently, my flatmate, she's a very big fan of India and Indian culture.
Let's be honest, this was only going to go one way.
Fantastic. Okay, 5 minutes. I feel like I should just start the show. I feel like everyone's here, but I did send a few links out, so I will give them a few more minutes to log in, and then the show will officially start. Actually, let me just check. Oh yes, there's 2 people in my Google Mail who are waiting. Okay, I've sent it. Okay. I will also warn you that this is me doing all of the tech myself, right? So when I've worked with comedians who have, oh, hello from Malawi, Mustafa. When I've worked with people who are doing Zoom comedy shows, usually they have a tech who is dealing with the people, dealing with muting people, spotlighting people. But I'm like, hey, I'm going to just try do it myself. So it may be a shambles, but so far it seems good. And we've got quite a big audience. So let's get started. In 3 minutes.
Daliso,
Yes.
You've become a lot
are you
more
in Manchester?
Oh, hold on. First, I am in Manchester, and Mike said I've become more what?
Experienced using technology.
I have. I feel like every day I learn something new. And if this continues by the end of 2021, this will actually be like a television show. You'll come in, you'll have multiple angles on myself. There'll be like little jingles and all sorts of that. I feel like everybody's becoming better. Have any of you played Zoom quizzes?
I just downloaded it to play with you, to listen to you.
Oh, you downloaded it? Join it. Well, welcome,
Same.
Dominic. But I will say that I've done Zoom quizzes. And at the beginning of 2020, the Zoom quiz was just somebody reading out questions. And now there's like graphics fly across the screen and you click and everything's just sort of adapted to this bizarre time.
I'm not sure if you answered my question or not, Daliso.
Yes. What was your question?
When did you first start, and why do you laugh like the Count from Sesame Street?
Oh, when did I first start? I've always been a big laugher. In fact, there's a little thing, at the Edinburgh Comedy Festival.
Yeah.
I used to be a hot commodity among comedians because anytime they have a reviewer coming to watch them, I'd get messages. You're a loud laugher. Come in today. We've got a reviewer. Come in today. Please come in today. It was like there are a few people who are loud laughers or distinct laughers like Jimmy Carr. Where everyone's like, oh, come to our show because you're loud and you'll make everybody else get caught up in the
I was watching a video on YouTube. It was one of the Comedy Store. It wasn't you. It was someone else. But you could hear Jimmy Carr at the very back. You hear that noise like coming from the back of the room.
Yes.
Can I ask you 2 questions, please?
Yes, ask away. Question number 1.
Other than yourself, who's your favorite comedian?
Other than myself, my favorite comedian is Joan Rivers.
Okay. And did your friend actually sleep with your uncle's wife?
Oh, no. Everything about this story is true, except he's talking about a joke I did on Britain's Got Talent about a guy who came to Malawi. And the story is true except for the punchline. But the guy, his name was Mateus, and he came to Malawi, lost his passport, and so ended up staying with us while waiting for a new passport. And
he stole his land as well, then, yeah?
Yeah, well, his people did. Okay, we're on our final minute before the show starts. Richard Kufana wants to know when I'm coming to Zambia. I'll come to Zambia when COVID is allowing me to travel. I will do an African tour. Which I was planning to do last year, but it's all been postponed. So you will see me. And hello in South Africa, Soizwapi. I hope I said your name right. Excellent. Good. We've got an international audience in the house.
Slovakia.
Yes. Here we go. Okay.
Let's go.
So to signify the official start of the show, let's start. Hello, and welcome to the CoronaCast Comedy Show. In fact, welcome to Series 2 of the CoronaCast Comedy Show, right? Now, this started with Series 1. I'm saying Series 1 because it's a new year, different year. 2020, March, I was like, hey, let me do the CoronaCast Comedy Show every day. It'll be around a month or 2, and then life will be normal. I ended up doing over 200 episodes last year. I can't believe how many jokes I wrote. Some of the episodes were good, some of them were dismal, but I just kept doing it, right? And I think I'm like an alcoholic, who are like just have one. Just have one. I can't stop myself. I'm entirely compulsive. So I did all of these episodes, and it got to the point that when it started, I was doing it to keep myself sane. But then as it went on, it actually now was getting to the point that it was getting out of hand. It was like a chore. I wasn't enjoying it anymore. So I wasn't sure what to do, right? Because now we're in lockdown again. I was like, okay, we're going to bring back the Corona Cast comedy show, but I'm going to do it a little bit different. Okay. So the first thing that's going to be different, everybody who's watching, is it's not going to be regular. It's going to be when I feel like it, which isn't very good for building an audience, but I don't get any money for doing the Corona Cast comedy show, right? If Coca-Cola decides to sponsor me, it'll be every day, okay? But like right now, I just do it when I feel like it. It makes me laugh when I've got something to get off my chest. And, I've got 4 Patreons. I'll actually say, if you want to become a Patreon at Patreon, if I get to like 100, maybe I'll do it every day. But currently, I love the patrons I do have. I've got a few of them, but I don't actually make any money. So it's a lot of time which I could spend on writing a novel or writing a sitcom or things like that. So I'll be doing it occasionally, but they'll be good, right? They'll be good. And one thing which I'm going to play with is the idea of what you see above me is a live audience, right? Because I miss a comedy club. Hello, welcome to the show, Tyler. Welcome. I miss comedy clubs.
I was funny story on how I discovered you actually. My sister loves all the talent shows on TV. America's Got Talent, Britain's Got Talent. She actually auditioned for America's Got Talent. She didn't get into the audition.
She should try again.
Yeah, this is what she wants to do. But she's going to wait a couple of years and get better at it. And so I found you in a top 10 video of top 10 comedians that made Simon Cowell laugh out loud. You were number 2 on the list.
I was number 2. Somebody beat me. Number 2. I'm outraged. Who was number 1? I hope it was my friend Nabil. Anyone else? I'm gonna fight.
So. And I showed you to my world studies teacher this year. I found as many videos of you as I could, and I emailed them all to him. And then I sent them to my friends, and then they just sent them basically to everybody I knew through the school.
Wonderful. Well, you are very, very welcome. Sit back, enjoy the show, keep your microphone on. You are the front row. You are the audience I would have in.
Okay. I actually am my world studies class is going to start soon.
Oh, good. Well, thank you for popping by briefly. Yeah, also, an edited version of this.
I want to ask, how long is this going to run for, so I know when to jump back on?
Okay, so this is going to be around 40 minutes, right? But okay, also, so once it is done, I'm going to edit it and put a smoother version on YouTube. So you can always check out the YouTube version, which will be just the jokes.
Okay, because I actually am subscribed to you with notifications. That's how I got the thing for the live stream. That's how I ended up getting on.
Wonderful. Enjoy your world studies. And
I did want to show you something. I'm quite an artist. And I am a horror artist. I do horror.
You do horror?
I did this yesterday.
Whoa! Okay. I did not expect that.
That was a curveball.
I did. This is one of my original monsters.
Dear Lord. Okay, that's good. That's good.
I call this guy a skull shroom.
Also, just so you know, like everybody can watch this. This might be on YouTube, so do not admit to anything. I know,
that's why I'm seizing the opportunity.
Well, thank you so much.
And speaking of seizing opportunities, people on YouTube, you can read my horror stories on my Wattpad account.
You can read his horror stories on Wattpad. I was on Wattpad years ago. It's a lovely,
so
lovely
thing. My account is Tyler G85.
I've been hacked. I've been hijacked. Hey, he's just hustling. I respect that. I would mute you, but I respect the hustle.
Okay.
So actually, I will tell Type in the chat what it is, and I'll tell everybody to check out your Wattpad.
Okay,
account.
my most violent story, I have to say.
His most violent story.
My most violent one is Dead Mirrors, and that one actually has my version of Bloody Mary's father in it.
I
So if
can
you
tell
heard
you that you are going to be very successful. You have got the right cutthroat
Thank you.
kind of approach. But anyway, I'm going to get to my
All
show.
right, I'm gonna type it in.
Type it in.
Wattpad.
I have been hijacked, Lou. I have been hijacked. You see, most shows have a moderator, but I'm enjoying this. This is absolutely hilarious.
Why,
What was that,
thank
about
you.
40 minutes,
And
Daliso?
I'm not just a writer.
Yeah, it
slash
might
artist,
not
I
be
also
40
sing
minutes.
too.
Actually, this might be like an hour, but
I sing too, by the way, and I actually can do an Elvis impression.
What,
I can do an Elvis impression.
you can't currently do the impression and stuff, but thank you so much. And everybody check out his stuff.
Okay, I'm actually
on
off the
Wattpad.
class anyway.
And
I'm gonna
enjoy
mute
your world
myself and I'm
studies and
going.
do come check out the edited version later.
Okay.
Bye, Tyler.
I will hop back on if I have time.
Indeed. Ciao.
Okay.
Thank
See
you so
Daliso.
much.
Daliso, can I just have
Yeah.
1 second?
Yes.
Our face is going to be on the edited video.
Oh, so this is what I was going to say next.
That's a
I was
shame.
going to say that what you can do is if you don't care about appearing on occasion, first let me pin myself. So that I am what people, but if you don't want to be visible at all, put your camera off and leave your mic on and we will hear your laughter and that's it.
But if I want to be in the video, do I keep it on?
Yeah, keep it on. Keep it
And
on.
I'll be in the video.
You'll be in the video, yeah.
When's the video going up? I want
That's so funny. I was like, oh no, he's like, please don't air me. Usually
No,
when
I
you
won't.
film anything, you have to get people to sign releases, but he's like, no, I want to be on it.
I can tell my friends I've met Daliso Chaponda. Like, what the fuck?
It will actually be online. It takes me around 2 hours to edit. So around
Awesome.
2 hours
All right, I'll
from
be
when I
quiet now,
finish,
sorry.
it'll be on. And I'll definitely keep you on.
Thank you,
You
thank
could
you.
have told me this, Daliso. I would have put my makeup on.
Okay. Back to the show. I prefer this bonkers chaos. The people who are watching absolutely love the show. They're like saying that Taylor had taken control of the show. It should now be called the Taylor Show. But anyway, so as I said, we're going to experiment with having a live audience. It's fun. It's less lonely. I feel less like a madman talking in a kitchen, right? When I have actual human bodies there. But I will warn you that I will edit it together. So if for any reason you want to keep your privacy, don't want anyone to know where you are, if you're a criminal on the lam, just put your camera off, right? Because this is the day and age when we all monitor ourselves. It's so funny when I read about these people who are anti-vaxxers, who are all saying that they're going to put a computer chip so that they can tell where we are. They already know where we are. You're saying this on Facebook. You constantly tell the FBI where you are at every moment. And all these people saying, oh, they're going to find out our secrets. They're going to monitor. Who are you, Jason Bourne? Right? What do they care about the daily things you are doing? Most people's lives are boring. It may be exciting to you, but your biggest secret is you had an affair with Jenny from around the block. Well, not that Jenny, but anyway, I'm saying, if your biggest secret is that, sometimes you eat two Gregs and cheat on your diet. Why does the government care to monitor you? So all I'm saying is, this is going to be out there. I may put some of it on Instagram. I may put some edited version on YouTube. So please, if you want to retain your privacy, keep it. So other than that, we're going to get started with this episode, which is about the new year, because we are in a new year. We're in 2021. We were all happy to say goodbye to 2020. It was a horrible year. We don't know if 2021 is going to be better. We don't know if it's going to be worse, but it still feels good to have ended that chapter, okay? So what I did, the first thing that I did was I started thinking about resolutions. Now, my audience here, did any of you make resolutions? Did any of you make resolutions?
I did.
You did?
I
Who
did.
Oh, actually, I should have turned it off.
yeah.
Ozan did. Ozan.
Yes.
So Ozan, what were your New Year's resolutions? One of them.
Write more music. At least make one little preset for my little synth a day.
Oh, that's amazing. So you're a musician
Yes.
and you're going to write one song a day.
Well, I'm gonna sort of program my synths to have one preset a day. So I write
One
electronic
preset.
music. So yeah.
That made a lot of sense to musicians watching. To me, I don't understand. All I know is he's Ian looks equally bewildered. Something about programming a synth. Stefan looks equally confused. We don't know what you are doing, but you're making something musical every day, which is absolutely great. Anyone else here have a resolution? Anyone else?
I made one.
What was yours?
To stop cheating on my girlfriend.
To stop.
Oh,
I hope you're joking because she may be a fan. Because this would be a terrible way to find out.
I don't have a girlfriend. I'm joking.
Oh, you don't have a girlfriend. Well, you could find one now. You could find someone in the fans saying, oh, I like his sense of humor. But speaking of girlfriends, I remember sharing resolutions with a girlfriend. We'd discuss our resolutions. And I couldn't help but think that she was being a little bit passive aggressive, right? It was around 3 years ago, and we were discussing resolutions. And she was like, oh, I'm resolving to be more understanding when my boyfriend acts like a dick. Right. And I'm resolving that I should be more patient when my boyfriend doesn't live up to his promises. And I'm trying not to keep looking back. And I was like, okay, at least one isn't about me. Not looking back and missing my old boyfriend. Right? But it did also get me thinking when I was with his girlfriend. We used to have arguments and we used to have discussions. And once you've left the honeymoon period, it makes sense to start dreaming of what was. And her biggest criticism for me, she always used to say to me, you know what, I miss the old Daliso, right? I miss the old Daliso. I was thinking, like, how can I compete with my younger self, right? I can't compete with that Daliso who was more in shape, who was more driven. How can I compete with younger me? And then she started talking about, well, no, it's not that you're more healthy or anything like that. It was that, you used to pay more attention to me. You used to be more religious. You used to just be more, you cared. And I realized as she said this, that I wasn't competing with the younger me. I was competing with the me I was pretending to be so that I could sleep with her. I can't compete with that version of myself I created. We all create different versions of ourselves. That was like me at a job interview. It wasn't the real me. But the interesting thing is, we all want to better ourselves. Most people's resolutions is some variation of be a better person, be a better me, be more driven, be more caring, stay in touch with it. And it's one thing you always want to better yourself. Well, at least you should. Whoever you are, you always want to be a better person. But you want your partner to be in love with the worst version of you, right? You don't want someone who's with you as an investment for the better you, which is coming around the corner. You want someone who loves you for the worst version of yourself, Like, I want you to love the shitty me, right? Not me after the gym, right? I want you to love this me right now. So that's what I've got to say about New Year resolutions, right? But I started thinking about how different people all around the world celebrate their New Year's in very different ways. Okay. Now, what countries do we have of my audience over here? Of my audience here? Okay, where are you?
Slovakia.
Slovakia. Dominic's in Slovakia. Absolutely fabulous. So we've got Slovakia. I know. What else do we have?
I'm in Denver, Colorado, in the US.
Denver, Colorado. Wonderful. Absolutely fabulous. Everyone's from a different country. Do we have two people in the country? We've got India.
I'm in Dubai.
We've got Dubai. There's no two people in one country.
No one from the UK. No one in the UK either.
Yeah,
nobody in the UK. I'm in
Wales.
Oh, we've got one Welsh. We've got one Welsh person. Hello, Wales. Good to have you in the house. I know Wales has some crazy lockdown rules. You can't leave the house or something, right?
We can go shopping.
You can go shopping. You can go shopping. Well,
Shoppable.
actually, now we've started entered it, but you hit it first. So everybody from all over the place, thank you for being here from all your different countries. So I started looking at different countries and their strange New Year's traditions. And I will begin with Ecuador. Okay, Ecuador, they burn scarecrows filled with paper to bring in the new year. They also burn photos of things they want to leave behind, right? They just burn things pretty much. Like all they do is set stuff on fire and you leave behind whatever you want to let go of, right? But imagine you are a pyromaniac and you're like, I want to stop burning things. Okay, I'm going to signify that by setting alight these matches. Ooh, I like how it looks. I like how it burns. So that's one of the weirdest ones I could find. The Danish. Oh, the Danish is wonderful. The Danish get unused plates, and then on the 31st of December, they fling them at the doors of friends and family, right?
I'm
Sort
moving
of
to
like,
Denmark. I'm moving to Denmark.
you're moving to Denmark, you want to
100%.
fling plates at people? Like, I was thinking, yeah, you're flinging them at plates at friends and family, but can I fling a plate at my ex? Right? Is that acceptable?
Knock on the door, wait for her to answer.
I will say though, I will say I've made the joke. I've made the joke about flinging of plates, but I was looking back at my relationships. I've never made a woman angry enough to fling plates at me or to throw some of my stuff out of the window. There's all this dramatic stuff you see in movies, right? And I've never got any of it. Right. And I almost feel like maybe my relationships are not passionate enough. So the next person I date, you need to up your game. OK, when I disappoint you, I want it shown dramatically. Actually, I have a good friend. When her boyfriend broke up with her, she slashed his tires. So like, there are dramatic people out there. I'm not one of them. I know you're probably watching. I won't say your name, but you know you did it. Absolutely. Next, and then we move on to Naples. Right. Speaking of throwing things out of the window, Naples, the way that they mark the passing of the New Year's is that they fling things off the balcony, right? They throw old stuff off the balcony, and it can get crazy. Toasters, old toasters, fridges, old furniture. You just throw stuff you don't need. Like on New Year's Day, do not walk the streets because there's stuff tumbling out. But I can't help but think there must be some marital disputes. Because you know when you live with someone, there's always some stuff which you want to get rid of that they're hanging on to, right? Like I'm not even married. I live with a friend. And she has so much junk that if I was in Naples, she might find some of it missing. She might find some of it missing. Yeah. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? So there must be a case, as we are currently witnessing, where they're like, how could you throw that out? That's my favorite. That's my favorite painting. How could you throw that out?
Only place in the world where you can end New Year's with blunt force trauma.
Exactly. I love it, actually. I love it. It was a wonderful, wonderful one. And then the last one, which I found, which entertained me, was Russia, right? Russians have a wonderful ritual where at midnight, before midnight, you write what you want. You write your wishes on a little piece of paper. You set it on fire. You put that into the champagne, and then you drink it, right? And I love how the Russian tradition is something to do with alcohol, right? It's obvious to do with booze. In fact, there's probably someone waking up the next morning with a big headache. They're like, Boris, what happened? It's like, I made 74 wishes. I just kept making wishes. That's why if the genie from Aladdin was Russian, he would be drunk. Jacqueline in the chat says, I used to live opposite a brothel and they threw chairs and tables off the roof as the police passed by. Really?
that just on New
this is
Year's? Or?
fascinating.
Not just any night, not just
Yeah,
New Year's Eve.
Yeah, any
Yeah,
night.
this is just any night. If you were a brothel, you'd think you wouldn't want to indicate where you were.
On the plus side, if you're hurting for furniture, like there's a great place to go.
Just start walking around picking stuff.
That means
who
they
cleans
kept the
it?
bed
Who
where they
cleans it?
needed them. They kept the bed. That's what they needed.
Yes, they kept them. That's what they needed. Indeed. Excellent, ladies and gentlemen. Let us move on. Unless anyone in the chat or in the room, if your country has any odd New Year's traditions, do let us know.
You can't eat meat for the last week of the year.
You can't eat meat for the whole last week of the year?
Yeah.
Wow.
What the fuck do you do on Christmas?
What do you do on Christmas?
Don't eat meat.
Christmas.
You don't eat meat.
What?
Is this religious or is this just like a
It's just people that go to church.
people that go to church? Yeah. So it's like it's similar to people giving up something for Lent. You give up something. Like I remember back when I was younger, whenever the time came that I had to give something up during Lent, I would try to give up something that I didn't like much anyway. Like, oh, this year for Lent, I'm going to give up beetroot.
Hi, this is my sister.
Oh, hello. He's back. He's back.
Hello, my sister. Her name is
Hello,
Ali.
Tyler's sister, who is very shy. Don't be shy, Tyler.
Her name is Ali. Her name is Ali.
Ali. Hello, Ali. Hello, Ali. I can feel your pain. Hello, Ali. She's here under duress, isn't she? She doesn't want to. She's like, no. Well, you're very, very welcome to catch the end of the show. Thank you for joining us.
Ventriloquism for her jokes.
She doesn't want to. She's like, no. Okay.
She wanted to join in, and she's been embarrassed that I'm introducing her. That's all.
Okay, I may have to mute just because I have to do the end of the show. But thank you so much for joining us. You're very welcome. What country are you in?
We are in America right now.
You're in America. Did you make any New Year's resolutions, either of you?
I do.
What was your New Year's resolution, Ali?
Where are you in?
We are in America right now.
You're in America. Did you make any New Year's
Oh, this is on the live stream. This is on the live stream.
Okay, this is on the live stream. I think there's an echo. I think there's an echo. So
Yeah,
I'm gonna do that. Is there still an echo? Okay. No echo. Okay. So I will message you afterwards in the chat. There was an echo. Okay. So we go on, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of people are delighted. They're saying there are two of them now. You're very welcome, Youngs. You're very, very welcome. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let us keep on to the next section. Is I want to talk about the news that we had this year, the news that we had in the first week. Now, most of it was stuff which I don't necessarily want to talk about. There was it was just depressing Corona news, and it was news about like Trump and things like. I don't want to talk about that for this first week. I was looking for one story which entertained me, and I found a delightful one, ladies and gentlemen. I found a delightful. Clap or wave if you know about the Bean Dad. Oh, you are in for. So on Twitter, right? On Twitter, there is some father. Okay, there is some father. Wait, oops, I need to just find it. Okay, here he is. His name was John Roderick, right? And he's a musician, and he had a 9-year-old daughter. He has a 9-year-old daughter, and she could not get into a can of beans. So she asked for his help for opening this can of beans with a can opener. And he decided not to help her and said, figure it out, right? This is going to be a learning experience for you. You're going to figure it out. And for the next 6 hours, she struggled to get into this can, right? Wept. And he told this story proudly of how he's giving his child some strength. Now, I don't care either way, but Twitter went absolutely mad, right? And started attacking this person. He was canceled, right? This is the first canceling of 2021, and it's because of beans, right? We can now get canceled because of beans. There were celebrities famous celebrities jumping into his stream to yell at him for being a bad parent. Right? It was just, and I don't think that she was literally sitting there for 6 hours shaking the can, banging the can against her head. I assume she took little breaks, gave it a shot, took it another break. I can't imagine a child sitting there and fighting with it for 6 hours. But either way, there was such outrage, right? People saying, this is child abuse. How dare you? How dare you? Right? And I think it's really interesting because I was thinking about the way that lots of the people who are criticizing him aren't parents, right? Are there any parents here? Are there any parents here? Wave if you're a parent. Wave if you're a parent. Okay, so Dominic, possibly.
Oh no, I just wanted to see if you could see me or not.
Oh no, I can see you. I can definitely see you. But I think parenting is one of those interesting, unique things which everybody will give people advice about it, whether or not they're parents, right? And it's just one of those things where I don't necessarily know what good parenting is, but I know when they're doing it wrong, right? It's that thing of like, I don't know what I would do better, but I know that's not it. And politics is the same thing, right? I could not run the country, right? I definitely would be the worst prime minister ever, but I can still watch Boris and be like, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it. There's certain things where even if you don't do it yourself, you think you can, right? And comedy is another one. Right? There are people watching this right now who are saying, you're not funny. Could you do better? But I think it's human and it's an amazing thing which we have that we can criticize. Jacqueline has read about, she said she asked for some food and this is what he did. Oh, it's even worse than that. I don't think she asked for the jeans. She asked for beans. She asked for food. And he was like, you want food? There's a can. Get going. And I wonder if everything in his house is some kind of game show, right? When she gets to the age, she's 9, right? When she gets to like 12, 13, and she has to learn the birds and the bees, will he pull out a board game and be like, okay, I'm going to teach you about the human body via operation. He turns everything into some kind of quest. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. We move on to the final section, ladies and gentlemen, which is where I talk about. I know some of you are looking at the images like, what? It's become a film podcast? No. The final section, I'm going to talk about the fact that the UK has just gone back into lockdown, right? And not just the UK, lots of countries in the world. Now, I've got people from all over the place. Wave if you are currently in some kind of lockdown. Wave or indicate in some way. So Ian is, Dominic is, I forgot your name. Tyler's sister, Ellie.
My name is
Ellie, you're in lockdown as well. So we're all in quite a few of us are in lockdown again, right? Again. And it's like a repetition of last year. It's like going back and it was so hard. And I started thinking about like, we're in this time loop, right? We've done it once and we're back. Right. And I started thinking about all of these movies, like the one pictured here, which is Edge of Tomorrow, where Tom Cruise gets stuck in a time loop where he's repeating the same thing over and over again, or Groundhog Day, where he repeated the same day over and over again, or like Source Code, where you pick, and are we now in a loop that we're going to be going back in, then out, then in, then out? But in all of these movies, there was always a turning point, right? There was always a turning point when they realized they can learn something each loop. They can learn something each loop and make the next loop better, right? So I was very stressed. A lot of us were very stressed last year. So I'm going to end this show, right, by looking at some of the ways that people commonly manage stress. And you can choose which one is the best for you, right? So the first one, apparently, according to websites, a lot of people respond to stress by gambling. Now, if you don't think it's healthy to gamble, I'll give you 4-1 odds that I end up healthier than you. Okay. Then the second one, which apparently a lot of people's response to extreme stress is hair pulling, right? They pull out their hair, which is how I ended up like this, clearly. Ian, you've been stressful too. And there are so many ways that people respond, like overworking. Some people don't deal with it. Some people spend too much money. Some people get tattoos. Some people self-harm. Some people fight. And there's so many different ways that we all respond. But it's kind of reassuring because everybody's struggling together. And my final thought is, if you are one of those people who responds to stress via spending, spend it on me. You know what I'm saying? That was seamless. That was seamless segue. So, ladies and gentlemen, I will say that I do this show for free, but there are many ways in which you can show support. It's not required, but it's always appreciated. I'll be going on tour this year. I know there are lockdowns, right? I know some of the dates may be moved forward, like the one in that poster, 11th February, may be moved, right? But everything is going to be moved. At some point, we're going to be out of this. So you can go to africancomedian.com. You can buy a ticket to whichever one is near you if you're in the UK, right? And I'll be there. Some form, I will be there at some time because we just move things forward. We don't cancel. If you're not in the UK, or if you are in the UK and you have not watched my special, What the African Said, it is currently on Amazon Prime. You can check it out for free if you've got Amazon Prime. If you are in certain countries, I don't think it's on the Prime, but you can still order it if you like it off Amazon. But if you have Amazon Prime and you're in the UK or a country where it's on Amazon Prime, why not watch 90 minutes of me being funny in front of a real, like, theater? And finally, ladies and gentlemen, I will say that another way you can support me is you can become a Patreon at patreon.com/Daliso Chaponda, where it's just thank you. All of those of you who are patrons, all of you who've tuned in, you kept me sane through 2020. Hopefully, I won't need you for the whole of 2021 because you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be doing this in January 2022. Come on, people. I don't know what's going to happen, but let's think of it this way. Like, the Spanish flu took 3 years. Hopefully, we can have knocked this one out in 1.5 years. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning into the CoronaCast comedy show. I'm going to edit this for the next few hours and put up some highlights on YouTube. And thank you so much. Have a wonderful, wonderful. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Thank you.
Great show.
Okay, bye. Ciao.
Just the right time.
Thank you. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you.
Stop the plugging.
All right.
Bye. Bye.